Rogues and bards have kind of dominated the dragon farming meta because, I mean, one has weakness and one just has the most action speed known to mankind. Or both of them do. But I think fighter might now be the fastest because you can parry his tail whip with the long sword, and I feel like I've mastered that, and I kind of want to show you guys how I do it, even if you guys end up doing it a different way. So if you want to parry the dragon, these are minimums. I suggest 305 move speed minimum, 5 action speed minimum. That's if you have sword mastery. You don't need to build PDR, but you will get hit at some point, and I definitely suggest using PDR, at least 35. So probably the first thing I do, just because you can get like 5 free hits, is opening this one last because it's closest to the right side of his head, and that's kind of where he starts leaning. Now this is the attack you're mainly looking to bait out because this is where you can dive on him and get hit, but you're not going to get hit because you're going to know how to parry this thing. So when the dragon does his tail whip, you kind of want to line the tip of your sword up to the left of his middle finger, but sometimes you're probably going to notice you're not going to hit the parry. You're going to get hit in the face with his tail, and there's only 2 reasons for that. You're too close. Do not be too close. You kind of want to be right where his face is, not inside of him like we used to. And you're too far to the right. You want to be slightly to the left. So at one point you're probably going to get a little greedy for attacks or parries, and he's going to hit you with slam like he does with me. Now, after a slam, I use sprint because it sets a timer for 25 seconds. And he does slam again anywhere between 15 and 25 seconds. And that's kind of the golden zone where you want to hit him. So if you do get hit by the dragon, you're obviously going to want to heal. I say the best time to heal is when he's shooting crystals at you. Just be aware because he will dive on you. I see, I'm going to go start my Parrying. He flies up after slam. That's unfortunate. Your best bet, because it's going to be really hard to get into him again to start parrying him, is to just bait him out, wait until he does another slam, and then restart. Now my best advice is don't play the edge. He's going to knock you off the edge if you mess up your parry, or even if he just keeps spamming his left and right hooks. So just get out of there as soon as possible. It's not worth it at all. Now since you have about 275 move speed, 1 or 2 of these crystals are going to hit you almost every time. So what I do is I sort of jiggle strafe. I don't know what they call it, but it works every time. Now sometimes the dragon's just going to be incredibly annoying and just spam attacks that you don't need. Attacks that you can't parry. I suggest just being patient because he's always going to end up slamming and you're going to be able to parry him again. So right here I ended up I'm a little too far away from the dragon, which, believe it or not, that's also bad, but my sword was also too low to the ground and I do end up getting hit. Now, you're probably going to have to heal at some point. When drinking health pots, never do it when he's shooting crystals at you. At least never do it on the second crystal he shoots at you, because the chances are he dives on you. Never do it when he's spinning his arms, because he will dive on you at any random time. So health pots that's something you're going to have to learn. Now bandages, you can bandage almost any time because you can at least cancel a bandage. So right here you saw me parry at a different spot. That's probably confusing because I told you where to parry. But this is just from experience. I was further to the left than I should have been, so I had to kind of predict where his tail was going to be. But since there was nothing to really guide me, that was much harder, and it just comes from experience. Now at the time, that looked like a perfect parry. I still think it was a great parry and I shouldn't have got hit, but I did. It's always going to happen. Don't stress it too much. You're still learning. I'm not really still learning, and I still get hit with parries that I think should have hit. Now, as I said, you might get greedy. You're gonna get hit with something stupid. Just don't get greedy. So in my opinion, staying in the center when trying to bring him to his third stage is your best bet, because this is the only time when you can really place the crystals how you want. And I've fallen off the map so many times because I didn't know how to do this. Now by the end of stage 3, you're probably foaming out the mouth. Do you want that gear? Don't. You're gonna get knocked off the map. The dragon doesn't get any weaker. He doesn't get any slower. Just be patient like you've always been, and you're gonna kill it.